So good day to all of you. So our topic for today is all about the exemptions from the estate tax. So we will tackle in this video lahat ng mga transfers na hindi dapat i-include, okay, sa estate tax ng decedent. So here are the following. Allow me to share my screen. Okay. So ayan, gross estate, the exempt transfers. First, exempt transfer is the transfer of properties not owned by the decedent. Di siya pagmamayari ng decedent. Therefore, one cannot transfer properties he or she does not own. So properties not owned by the decedent are not part of his or her donation mortis causa. So these properties must be excluded in the gross estate even if they were transferred to persons at the point of death. So, first example niyan is merger or use of prop in the owner of the naked title. Now, before we discuss the illustration, let me just tell you what is the concept of use of prop. Use of prop is the legal right to use and enjoy the benefits and profits of something belonging to another. Okay, so you're just enjoying the use of the thing. Okay, so we have two persons here. In this example, we have the usufructuary and the owner of the naked title. Okay, so si usufructuary dito is the person who has the right of enjoying the use and the fruits of the property belonging to another. So may right siyang gamitin. Okay, he can draw all the profit, utility, and advantage which the use of property may produce provided that he has to preserve and maintain the substance of the thing. So, pwede yung gamitin, pero kailangan niyang ingatan. On the other hand, si owner of the naked title is yung person who is vested with the ownership. So talaga yung may nagmamay-ari, the dominion or title of the property under the usufruct agreement. So he has the right to enjoy the property consistently with the enjoyment of the thing by the usufruct agreement. So klaro tayo dyan. However, he is not the absolute owner of the property because he has to respect the right of the usufructuary over the fruits and use of the property. So when the same person becomes usufructuary plus you are the owner of the naked title, there is merger of the usufruct in the owner of the naked title, which makes him or her the absolute owner of the property. Since from the transfer, ang isang tao ay has the right to usufructuary, tawag sa kanya. At yung isa is owner talaga nung ginagamit ng isa, hindi siya talaga may full ownership noon. Not unless if ever namatay na yung taong gumagamit or nag enjoy sa thing na yun. So, may full ownership or absolute ownership na talaga siya doon. Okay, so we have here an illustration. So Mr. A died in June. A. In this will, he devised an agricultural land to B. So devise is a transfer na real property. To B, who shall use the property over 10 years? So si B ang gagamit for 10 years. Ang tawag sa kanya is use of property A, tinransfer niya kay B, use of the current decedent. So, ngayon, yung transmit unit who is the owner of the naked title. So ngayon, ang qualities ni C ngayon is siya yung owner ng naked title plus siya pa yung usufructuary. So there is a merger of the usufruct in the owner of the naked title. So, dahil namatay si B, it doesn't mean na included yung real property na agricultural land doon sa gross estate niya. Hindi po. Kasi nga, it's just a mere transfer of the property to the real owner. Parang finansmit lang talaga doon sa totoong nagmamay-ari. So, nung namatay si A, si B, hindi po dapat included yung gross estate. Saan nagka-gross estate yan, sir? From the transfer kay predecessor A at saka to kay B. Okay? From A to B, saan po nanggaling yung estate tax? Or dyan po dapat magbabayad ng estate tax. But from the transfer of B to C, wala po. Kasi it's just a mere return of the property kanino sa real owner. So I hope naging uh, clear ang explanation kaya siya hindi siya magiging addition to the gross estate. Now, ang kasunod is the transmission or delivery of inheritance or legacy by the fiduciary heir or legatee or legatee to the fideikommissary. Okay, so in a strict sense, before we proceed to the illustration, legacy is a gift or bequest. So when say bequest, personal property yan. Whereas kapag device, it is a testamentary disposition of real estate. Eh, kanina device, di ba yun? So real property kasi agriculture. Ngayon dito, legacy, personal property yan. So such distinction will not be permitted to defeat the intent of a testator. And such term may be construed interchangeably or applied indifferently to either personal or real estate. So yun po yung explanation. If in the context of the will shows that such was the intention of the testator, okay, so a legatee is the person to whom a legacy in a will is given. A fiduciary heir, yung legacy alam na natin, person to whom the legacy in a will was given. Okay? So a fiduciary heir is the first heir of the property. Siya yung una, okay, na tagapagmana of the property while the fideikommissary is the second heir whose relationship to the fiduciary heir must be one degree of generation, okay, such that of a parent and a child, and from a child to the parent, vice versa. So, fiduciary refers to a person designated who has the real or beneficial interest. Beneficial interest lang po in an estate or fund, the title of the administration of which temporarily confined to another. Now, okay, so from A, predecessor, illustration tayo, A died leaving an inheritance consisting of several real estates to his favorite grandson C. C was a minor, so C minor pa. Mr. A appointed B, an older brother of C. After the appointment, B died. Now, okay, so from A to current decedent B, who is the fiduciary heir. Fiduciary heir is again the first heir. Letter C is a fiduciary, which is a second heir. Diba? Ayan. Whose relationship from the fiduciary heir is one degree generation. Example kanina, parent and a child. Now, saan yung hindi magiging subject to estate tax yan, sir? From the transfer of the fiduciary heir to fiduciary, okay, from B to C. Okay, so the delivery of inheritance upon the death of B to C shall not be included in the gross estate of B. Okay, the first heir, because the transfer does not involve a transfer of ownership from B to C. B is merely a trustee. Bakit? Kasi si C is a minor pa. Diba? In-appoint niya lang si B. Okay? Ayan. The delivery is a mere return of the property to the real owner. Ayan. Dahil nga, ano pa, minor pa. So, dahil minor pa, in-appoint niya muna si B. Okay? An older brother of C. Nung namatay na si B, ayun. Pag the transfer of B to C, walang gross estate siya. Hindi siya included sa gross estate list. Hindi. Kasi nga, it's just a mere return of the property to the real owner. So, saan nagka-estate tax dyan? From predecessor A to current decedent B. So, may estate tax siya. Okay? But from B to C, yun, hindi siya exempt, hindi siya kabilang sa gross estate, lalong-lalo na exempt siya sa estate tax kasi to avoid also double taxation. Ayan ha. Ayan. Next tayo. Letter C. transmission from the first heir, legatee, or done in favor of another beneficiary in accordance with the desire of the predecessor. So it is a second transfer as desired by the predecessor. Okay. So it refers to a transmission of property from the first heir, legatee, or donee in favor of another what? Beneficiary in accordance with the desire of the predecessor. This transfer, like the two cases above, is exempted from estate tax because in substance there is only one transfer of the property from the testator. So the second transfer of property shall not be subjected to estate tax because it has been previously subjected to the same tax. Okay? From predecessor A to current decedent B, may estate tax na tayong binayaran dyan. But from B to C, okay, from the first year to the second year, hindi na po. Okay? Subject siya sa estate tax. Lalong-lalo na hindi siya pwedeng i-declare as property to the gross estate of B. Okay? So, ngayon, registration in his will, A device, a piece of land, okay, to B as the first heir and thereafter to C as the second heir. B subsequently died, transmitting the property to C. Okay? So, again, same with the cases above or kanina, the transfer from B to C is referred to as transfer under special power of appointment. So the same is not B's donation mortis causa. Okay? The transfer from B to C is merely an implementation of the transfer which was originally mandated by predecessor A. Okay? Well, it is mandated naman talaga kasi tingnan niyo dito sa illustration. Nag-devise si A na piece of land to B as the first heir and thereafter to C as the second heir. So yan yung desire ng predecessor. Okay, na una magmamana si B, then si C. Okay, so it is mandated by predecessor. The same rule applies even if B were not given the power solely in conjunction with others to appoint the second heir to the property from a list drawn by the predecessor. So, ayun. Ang may estate tax dito is si A from the transfer of A to B. So therefore, yung lupa na to is included in the gross estate of A. Therefore, from B to C, hindi na siya dapat i-declare, okay, as gross estate really kasi nga it was already been taxed by estate tax from A to B. Okay? Next is the proceeds of a revocable life insurance policy payable to a beneficiary other than the estate, yung estate o yung property mismo, yung beneficiary, other than, hindi sila, executor, yung naka-name sa will na mag-execute ng provisions ng estate processing, or administrator, yung hindi nakapangalan, hindi walang will. Therefore, ang korte mismo ang nag-appoint na magiging administrator. So, if the proceeds of the life insurance is irrevocable, okay, payable to a beneficiary other than estate, executor, administrator, hindi po siya included sa gross estate. Okay, so we have a summary rules here. Kapag irrevocable muna tayo. Tapos ang beneficiary is estate, administrator, or executor, included yan. Kasi nga dito sabi niya other than. Pero kapag other parties, excluded. Okay, so sana klaro tayo dyan. So if ever ng estate or ang property mismo ng decedent ang magiging beneficiary ng life insurance policy, included siya or sa executor or administrator. Okay, pero kapag other parties other than this, administrator, estate, or the executor, included siya. Kapag revocable naman, pwedeng ma-revoke anytime. If the beneficiary is estate, administrator, or executor, included pa din. Pero kapag other parties, included pa din siya sa gross estate. Bakit? Revocable transfer. Meaning, may control pa dito si decedent. Pwede pa niyong baguhin kung sino yung magiging beneficiary ng niya, ng estate. Okay? So, ayun. So, those are the summary rules pagdating sa insurance policy natin. Okay? So, next is the properties held in trust by the decedent. So at the point of death, properties held in trust are not owned by the decedent. These are excluded in the gross estate because this will not form part of the decedent donation mortis causa to the is. So kapag ang property is just a mere ang mere transfer pero hindi naman siya yung may-ari or ineld lang siya in trust, so hindi po siya pwedeng i-include doon sa property ng decedent. Okay? So, ayan. Halimbawa, kapag they have a property or a car registered under the name of his brother pero hindi naman sa kanya talaga, so hindi yan pwede i-include sa gross estate. Okay? Ayun. Halimbawa, motorcycle, binarrow niya lang pala yun sa friend niya. Alangan naman, i-include mo yun sa gross estate niya. Hindi. Kasi hindi naman siya ang may-ari. Aside from that, boarding house, may boarding house si decedent, pero trustee lang pala siya. In-entrust lang pala sa kanya yung boarding house na yun. So, hindi siya yung magiging may-ari ng boarding house na yan. So, therefore, hindi siya pwedeng i-include doon sa gross estate. Okay? So, next, separate properties of the surviving spouse of the decedent. So, spouses have their separate properties and common properties. Okay? So, si husband at si wife, may kanya-kanya yan silang exclusive properties at meron din silang common properties. When we say common properties, sila dalawa mismo ang may-ari noon. So, common properties are owned jointly by the spouses, while separate or exclusive properties are solely owned by either of them. So, exclusive talaga yun. Siya lang yung solely owner yun. Hindi sila dalawa yung may-ari. Okay? So, the separate or exclusive properties of the husband will refer to as husband's capital, while that of the wife is referred to as wife's paraphernal. So, the wife paraphernal shall not be included in the gross estate. Ano yung mga hindi included? Yung mga exclusive properties ng surviving spouse, hindi po pwedeng idagdag yun sa gross estate ng decedent kasi exclusive property yun ng asawa. Okay? So, ayan. Similarly, the husband's capital shall not be included in the gross estate of the wife upon her death on the same basis. So, vice versa naman din. So, the gross estate of a married decedent includes separate properties of the decedent and their common properties with the surviving spouse. So, there you have it. Ang i-include lang doon sa property ng in computation of the estate tax is the exclusive property and the common property of the decedent. Pero yung property ng surviving spouse which are held exclusively, meaning siya lang yung may-ari niyan, hindi po siya pwedeng i-include doon. Okay? So, next, transfer by way of bona fide sale or legit sale. This is a transfer by bona fide sales are onerous transactions, meaning may monetary considerations, rather than gratuitous transactions na walang monetary consideration. Hence, they are not subject to estate tax kasi sales Moreover, ownership over property sold normally passes on the buyer immediately at the point of sale. So thus, properties transferred by sale or an adequate consideration are excluded. Kapag binenta mo na yan, hindi na siya subject to estate tax. Okay, because the decedent has no longer owns them at the time of his or her death. So, may property ang decedent, tapos binenta na pala through a bona fide sales. Okay, di ba, alam na natin sa law on sales natin, kapag na-deliver na yung object, hindi na tayo ang may-ari mo. Na-transfer na natin yung risks and rewards doon sa buyer. So, kapag yung nabenta na, hindi na siya pwedeng i-include sa gross estate ng decedent. And we have the last topic, transfers that are legally excluded, meaning the law allows it not to be included. Okay, the law mandated it not to be included in your gross estate or ng gross estate ng decedent. So the following are the list of properties at the point of death which naturally forms part of the hereditary estate but are exempted. Included siya pero exempted siya from estate tax by law and must be removed from the gross estate of the decedent. If ang proceeds ng life insurance received by the members of GSRS under Republic Act 728 Benefits received by the members of the SSS by reason of death, hindi din siya included sa gross estate under RA 1792. Amounts received from the Philippine and United States governments of war damages, amounts received from the United States Veterans Administration or USVA under RA 136. We have benefits received from the Philippines and US government for damages suffered during World War II under RA 227. Okay. Retirement benefits of officials and employees of a private firm under RA 4917, hindi po siya pwedeng include as the gross estate. This include that. All bequests, devices, or legacies are transferred to social welfare, cultural, and charitable constitutions wherein no part of the net income of which inures to the benefit of any individual, and provided, however, that not more than 30% of the such bequest, devices, or transfer shall be used for admin purposes. So dapat hindi more than 30 ginagamit ng admin. Kasi kapag naglagpas yan, included na siya. Okay? So acquisitions and or transfer expressly declared as non-taxable by the law. So there you have it. Those are the um, exempt transfer from the estate tax. Meaning hindi po sila included sa estate tax natin. So if ever na-encounter natin itong mga properties na to, so hindi po dapat natin sila i-include as part of your gross estate kasi nga, okay, meron silang kanya-kanyang reasons why they are not included in the gross estate, and most probably hindi sila subject to estate tax. So see you next meeting for our next video tutorial.